Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm right now driving 18 hours from Maryland to Kansas. Actually, I've cut it down to like 15 hours and 15 minutes with some good speeding. But, guys, we're doing a consensus aggregate mock draft, my second one of the year. Right now, I'm still getting my information ready. You guys know I've done 4 years now of NBA draft, over 150 videos in the last two, so 300 videos covering the last two drafts. So this is my fifth year doing this, and let's just go through this. As you guys know, there are some prospects that you guys will know of. There'll be some prospects that you guys might not be familiar with. But with that being said, I'm here to inform you. This one is has been updated as of January 11th. So let's just get right into it. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama, if the lottery went by the standings right now, it seems like the Charlotte Hornets would get that pick. And imagine LaMelo Ball with Victor Wembanyama. That's a reason for LaMelo to want to stay. Then Houston finally gets their point guard of the future, Scoot Henderson. Right here, everybody knows about these guys. They've been talked about so much, so I'm not going to really talk about it. Both of these guys, Victor Wembanyama in any draft in the last 40 years, he'd go number one overall. Same thing, probably Scoot Henderson. He'd be a number one pick in a lot of drafts. Okay, obviously you could exclude a few drafts. You know, there are some historical players that, you know, I'm overlooking right here, but you guys get what I'm saying with it's a phrase, okay? And now we're going to move on to Brandon Miller. And this one, I don't think Brandon Miller is the third best player in the draft, but if the Detroit Pistons are drafting third overall, I think once you get out of the first two picks, everyone between 3 to 20 all could be on the same tier or the same two tiers. And as of right now, I do agree with this. Detroit taking Brandon Miller, unless if Baba Miller, when he comes back, just goes insane. Brandon Miller is the best Miller in this draft. And he's just this shooter who, Sidibe, it doesn't look like he's going to be there much longer. And for me, when you look at this, Brandon Miller is that shooter, okay? That next to Jaden Ivey, Caitlin Hayes, Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, Brandon Miller is just going to shoot everything. Right here, they have Nick Smith. I'm not a big fan of this. I'd rather have San Antonio either take G.G. Jackson and have a front court of Jeremy Sohan and G.G. Jackson, or take Anthony Black, and then you have Anthony Black, Devin Vassell, and Keldon Johnson as your first three players. That's right there, 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Keldon Johnson 6'6", but we're going to just say 6'7" for with shoes on. But and then you go Jeremy Sohan, and if they keep Jakob Poeltl. So that's why, and also Nick Smith's knee kind of scares me. Now, Orlando, I would like them to take Nick Smith or Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson just screams perfect fit. I just don't see them taking G.G. Jackson because they already have a bunch of bigs. Now they're going to create a logjam at that point if they brought him in. But Nick Smith's a super good scorer. He's more of a combo guard than shooting guard. He's more of a combo guard wing than a point guard shooting guard, in my opinion. And it's the knee that scares me with him. He looks like a guy, at the very least, can be a perennial sixth man of the year. Then as you go through here, we're just going to go a little bit quicker because we're through this. So we got ourselves G.G. Jackson, Amen Thompson, Anthony Black, Grady Dick. Grady Dick's overrated. I go to the University of Kansas. I would not take Grady Dick at 8th overall. Please, the Wizards, you don't need that. If Cam Whitmore's available or Kassan Wallace, there's so many here. So then you got Grady Dick, Asar Thompson. He's more of a wing. His brother's more of a more athletic Ben Simmons. Amen is more of a Ben Simmons. Asar is more of a wing. Cam Whitmore, really haven't seen him. Kassan Wallace, he's pretty good. I love Keontae George. I would love for him to go to Atlanta. Jett Howard's a shooter from Michigan. Baba Miller, hopefully when he comes back. Florida State's pretty bad, but hopefully this all works out for them. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. I'm also getting a call. Hello? Hello? Who's this? I didn't call you. If you got a call from this number, I have no idea. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to have to edit this out. Kyle Ware, Maxwell Lewis is the best Pepperdine player ever. Ryan Rupert, Doris Walker, Noah Clownley. Also, is it Ryan or Ryan Rupert? And it's Khalil Ware. I'm just butchering names right now. Taquavian Smith, Ricky Council, Taylor Hendricks, Chris Murray, Deron Holmes, Jordan Hawkins, Coleman Hawkins, no relation. Kyle Filipowski, He's kind of cooled off, and they suck, dude. Leonard Miller, I really like him. I just think the G League sucks. And Imani Bates, then Julius Strother as the last pick. Now let's go over here, and let's work our way back. Pick 60, Baylor Schreierman. Someone tell me that one. LJ Cryer, Judah Mintz, Tyrese Hunter, Jaden Bradley, Jalen Clark, Mojave King, Amiri Abram, Jalen Hood, Schifferono. I literally, it's cut off, but I do know it's like Forno, right? Forno, something like that. Dude, I can't even say this guy's name. Who goes to Arizona? Tobias, Derek Lively. He fell out of the first. That's crazy. Andre Jackson, Julian Phillips, Adem Bona. He's another guy who fell out the first. Same thing with Jordan Walsh, Arthur Kluma, Donovan Klingen, Jalen Pickett, Derek Whitehead, Nikola Juricic, Nikola Jurcic from Serbia, Adam Flyer. He was also a guy who was in the first. Dude, Tyrese Jackson Davis. He's been almost in the draft multiple years. Dylan Mitchell, James Nanji, Colby Jones, CD Sissoko, Terrence Shannon, Bryce Sensabaugh, Jalen Wilson, Marcus Sasser. If I butchered any name, tell me down below. I got 4.5 to name myself.